if you're at the point of a divorce can be complicated and it can be expensive because you have to give so much money to the law firm if that's mine and this is yours. I mean, you have to fight about who's going to get what. Bankruptcy makes that a lot easier because in a bankruptcy, you can decide who gets what, and then you get a federal court order that enforces that. And then all you have to do is get unmarried. Getting unmarried is cheap. Getting divorced is expensive. So having the federal bankruptcy court on your side to keep creditors from following you means you don't have to fight about who's paying the credit cards and who's paying this bill and who's doing that. You have a plan in place and the rest is easy. You don't have to have an attorney to file bankruptcy, but arguably you have to have one to succeed at bankruptcy. There's a significant number of people that try to file on their own, and you have every right to do that. Statistically speaking, less than half of people that file a Chapter 7 without a bankruptcy eventually get it, less than half of people that file a Chapter 7 without an attorney get a discharge, which is the court's order at the end of the case wiping out all the debt. Of those, that half, and probably more that get their discharge, many of them lose significant assets. They didn't realize they would lose their house, they would lose their car, they would lose their livelihood because they didn't have an attorney to tell them. Whereas high 90% of people that file with our office, in fact, all but 2 in 15 years have received a discharge, excepting the 2 that didn't tell me the information that was important. They didn't answer my questions honestly. Everyone else has received a discharge of their debts and moved on with successful lives. Chapter 13 is much more complicated. Being able to propose a Chapter 13 payment plan that puts you in the driver's seat and makes all of your creditors sit on their hands is extremely complicated. And less than 2%, 2 in 100 of people that file without an attorney even get their plans confirmed. That's just getting the court to agree to let you try. Everybody else, the other 98%, 98 out of 100 people, they file a case, which they can do, and they propose a plan and the court says no. And the case gets dismissed and you're back to square one. But now, because you've had a previous case, if you try to file again, maybe you decide an attorney's a good idea and I'm going to go hire an attorney. Now the court's only going to protect you and your stuff for 30 days instead of the entire life of your case. And your attorney's going to have to do a lot more work to get the court to agree to give you more time to resolve everything and to make your payments. So less than half of people that file a Chapter 7 on their own succeed. And even those that succeed may lose significant assets, their house, their car, the things that they wanted to keep. Chapter 13, less than 2 in 100 even get to try because they're not able to get that first payment plan approved by the court. Whereas around half of Chapter 13 clients that file with an attorney do succeed through the whole 5-year payment plan. And our office is well north of that. So filing with an attorney is definitely in your interest.